Okay, so one of the things that I've just kind of had to realize is that there really isn't a good time for anything, right? There's no good time for me to start YouTube. There's no good time for me to start making money. There's no good time for me to do this, or whatever the case may be, right? And so I've recently had someone bring this to light that it probably makes a lot more sense for me to use YouTube as a documentation platform for my own self to not only A, get better at making videos, but for B, to show the process, right? For one, most people respect that. For two, something you can look back on. For three, I don't even need to say three because it makes the most sense, right? So a lot of the things that people do on YouTube is they come on here and they act like there's some expert or whatever they're talking about and they say this is how you do this because they heard one little piece of sauce and now that's all they talk about, right? And again, I've been just waiting till I have the credibility or I can speak on this subject, but the thing is, if this is what I want to do, why don't I just start somewhere now, learn all the things I need to learn, make the mistakes as I go on, and then just do it, right? In the last video that I made on here, I said you got to just do it, and I still stand by that. It's how it works. Of course, it's a broad term, but it really is just what makes the most sense. And I'll get into this as well, but one of the things that I really do believe in, and this is at least I believe to be the number one best way to learn of all time, is by making mistakes. So by doing the thing, you're going to make a mistake, which will lead to you learning whatever you need to learn, right? I personally make tons of mistakes. It doesn't matter if it's business, personal life, the gym, whatever the case may be, I make a boatload of mistakes. And in my personal opinion, if you aren't making mistakes, you're doing something wrong because no, insert a very, very good scenario here, right? So you have two people, right? One person goes to the gym just to show up and to be there and say that they went to the gym. The second person goes to the gym to try to build as much muscle mass. The second person goes to the gym to try to build as much muscle mass as possible, get as strong as possible, and look as good as possible, right? So their training regimens and the way that they do things are going to be slightly different, right? The guy on the left over here, he pulls up, goes to the gym, does the same weight, does the same exercises, and then just leaves, right? He's sure he's showing up and he's helping himself get into a little bit better shape, but he's not really getting anywhere. He's not really learning anything. Now you have the second guy who's going in and giving everything 110%. He's trying to up his numbers every week. He's trying to optimize that hour and a half he's in the gym to build as much muscle growth as possible. So he might learn that, you know what, after I've done my third set after I do my second set, my drop set needs to be 20 pounds down rather than 10 pounds down. Or if I don't eat a banana before I work out, I'm going to throw up. It doesn't matter what it is, but the guy over here is learning because he's doing it and he's giving it 150%, which is causing him to make a mistake, which is totally understandable and totally fine. And that is really the only way, and this is just my personal opinion, of course. This is what I have learned. This is the only way that you can go about doing anything. This is the only way that you can learn anything. If you aren't doing it, if you're not making a mistake, trial, error, whatever the case is, you're not going to get to where you need to go. And this is just my personal opinion, my personal belief. This is what I've found in this current stage of where I'm at. A year from now, I might look back at this and say, you know what, this is really stupid. But for now, this is what I do believe in. And I have found that a mistake of mine, whether this is a ongoing mistake or a mistake that's inside of my head of thinking I'm just going to wait till I'm this person and then I'm going to make a YouTube video. That was a mistake and I had to learn that. And there's no point in me waiting for that because I can get started now and I can learn now. And by the time I am that person, I'll have already learned all the things I needed to learn to speak on whatever I'm speaking about, right? And you might ask, why am I credible to speak on what I'm talking about now? I don't think I am, but I've learned a lot and I've failed a lot. And I'm pretty sure if you hear what I'm saying, it kind of makes sense. And that's all I'm going to say. So at the end of the day, mistakes are okay, right? And that's something that you're going to have to learn. They're fine. Now, again, it depends on the category of mistake. If it's just a little business tweak, business mistake, or a small little mistake, that's fine. But when you talk about injury mistakes or friendship mistakes, those can be different, marriage mistakes. But you understand what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I had to learn this the hard way. And whoever's watching this, I hope you don't learn this the hard way, or I hope you do learn this the hard way because that's the only way that you're going to get to wherever you're trying to go. So Did you do it? All right, so as I'm looking through this, I'm realizing, you know what, this probably isn't going to get many views and this video kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, isn't the whole video, everything that I just talked about just posting the video or just doing it anyways, regardless of the scenario? This is live action. I didn't say I'm some special guru. I don't know everything. This is just where I'm at. This is what I believe, and this is what I'm learning, and I'm showing it live. So, I mean, it happens straight up.